Lost again, going back around, dreaming of a time when I get things right. Lost in the shadows of a million stars. Shouldn't they enlighten my near and far? Shouldn't they at all just tell me where you are? Send a prayer if I'm out of luck. Send a little love and I'll make it back. Send me a letter and a bottle of wine, telling me.
Hello pumpkin people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kristen. This is my channel Harvest and Holly, and my channel is dedicated to fall, Halloween, and Christmas year-round. Today we are planning out my fall decor. I made a video like this last year. It did really well. I've gotten a couple requests, and like literally a couple, maybe 2 or 3 requests to do this video again this year. We're gonna be talking about when I plan to decorate, what my color palette is, what style I'm going for. I'm gonna be inserting inspiration photos, so I'm trying to leave a little space over here so you guys can kind of see the vibes. And I also have a few items that I wasn't actually planning on sharing on YouTube because they're things that I've been collecting since last November, really. And I hate to show stuff that you can't get your hands on, but I think I can link a good majority of this, and it'll really help you get a good idea to see it all together for the style that I'm going for. So without rambling too much more, make sure you get yourself something to drink, get cozy, pretend that it's fall weather outside because it's actually super hot here, so I'm sure it's hot where you are too. And let's get into it. All right, so let's get started first with when I plan to decorate. I am decorating on or around August 3rd, and I'm filming this on, I hit 11K steps. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. Today is July 24th, so we're only like a week away from that, which sounds crazy, but I am so excited. And this year for the color palette, I'm going for more of the rusty orange tones, which I've done in the past, but last year I focused more on the burgundies and plums, which I love. And I will be incorporating in as well as green, but I want to focus a little bit more on the orange this year. There's just nothing quite like orange during the fall. So that's the color palette. It's definitely going to be earthy and rich and moody. I'm going for warm yet moody vibes. As far as a style goes, I was trying to think how to describe my style for fall. I want my decor to look very gathered and foraged. What I mean by that is I want it to look like I went out into my backyard or went to the farm and I just gathered up everything that I needed to decorate from nature. I actually do have what I call a fall garden with where I grow flowers, pumpkins, gourds, foliage, herbs, and all that, and I like to use that to decorate my home. I really like this natural organic look. So I'll be decorating with things like pumpkins and gourds, of course. I also like to decorate with seasonal produce in my kitchen, like pears or plums, those kind of like late summer, early fall fruits and veggies. I also plan to decorate with flowers because I have a big cut flower garden, but I definitely want my florals to look more garden styled and less sort of contrived. I just want them to be gathered and foraged looking. So I have plans to do a lot of that. I also love to decorate with foliage. And if you've been on my channel, you know that I grow some specifically to decorate with for fall, but I also use other kinds of stems. One of the ways that I get away with wanting the look of real, botanicals, but not wanting to constantly switch them out is by using dried and preserved items. So I have some preserved foliage that I plan to use. I also will be using some dried pumpkins and gourds. If you didn't know that those exist, they do. They're super cool. I will be showing you some of them. Yeah, just basically lots of stuff that looks like it was gathered from outside. I really want to embrace the imperfection and the wild look of organic, natural items. Another thing I really want to focus on is incorporating in a lot more plaid. So the past couple years, as I was collecting textiles like throw pillows, blankets, even dish towels and linens like that, I was focusing more on subtle, kind of everyday prints, even some vintage floral designs, just because I wanted to get more use out of my stuff than just one season. But I have a good collection of that, and I really want it to feel like fall this year, and I feel like plaid is that pattern. She's that girl for fall. I'm very excited to incorporate some more plaid. And of course, I will complete my decorating with candlelight and fragrance. I feel like you don't just stop with the decor that you set out, the tossed pillows, the florals and everything. You're not done, or at least I'm not done yet until I light my favorite candle, which I have going in the background here. I feel like the fragrance just creates a whole mood. It feels like fall once you start to smell the pumpkin spice and all of that. So I will definitely be doing tons of candles, maybe some fairy lights or something like that. I might save that more so for Halloween, which, by the way, if you guys would like a Halloween version of this video, let me know. I decorate for fall all of August, maybe a little bit into September, and then in early September, I start to transition or switch over to Halloween. That's kind of like my decorating schedule, and I really like doing that because I get 3 full months of cozy and spooky vibes. I live for it. So, all right, so let's start off with the first item. This is actually the most recent thing that I have picked up, and it is this brown plaid blanket from the Creative Co-op brand on Amazon. I already own this in black and I love it. It's just so classic. I've had the black one for at least 2 years now and I've never put it away. That's how much I love it. So I know I will love this one. And I found this for $10 on Amazon. I am hoping that it's still $10 when this video goes up so you guys can snag it, because I love this blanket, but it's not super cozy. It's really more of just a decorative throw. And I don't want to spend a lot of money on a decorative throw, but I think $10 is fair. So I grabbed 2 of those. All right, sticking with the textiles, every year I do tend to get a couple new throw pillow covers, and I like to get them from Etsy. They are more expensive, but I think pillows make or break my space, and I don't want to have the same pillows as everybody else. So I do like to get them off of Etsy. It is something for me that I don't mind investing in, and I'm obsessed. So the first one looks like this. It is this brown and orange and kind of beige plaid. It looks very vintage. I know I bought the last one of this, so I will I'll link the Etsy store that I purchased it from in case they end up restocking. And then the other one, this I actually featured in one of the mood boards in last year's video, and I had it saved from the year before. So I have been eyeing this pillow cover for at least 2 years. So I just went ahead and got it this year. It is this kind of like camel-y, burnt orange, terracotta pillow cover with the really subtle grid design in it. I feel like these 2 different styles of plaid can mix really well together and not look too overwhelming. So I love that about this one. So those are the textiles that I got. I want to move on to some of the dried items that we talked about. And you guys have seen these on my channel before, but I got a couple more of these dried pumpkin gourds. I really wanted some kind of like lumpy, bumpy ones because those are my favorite kinds of pumpkins. So I got a few of these. Now another dried item that I picked up, this I got probably in January, maybe December or January on clearance. And I'm sorry, it's gonna crinkle because it's in some like plastic wrapping, but I got these preserved copper beech leaves from Anthropologie. Actually, they're from Terrain, which is an Anthropologie brand. And I buy these every year. I love how natural these look. They really look like they're something that fell in your backyard. They have a lot of imperfections. There's holes in the leaves. The leaves can get crinkled, but what I love about these is they do have some kind of preserving, that they're not crunchy. They don't just crumble in your hands or anything or in storage. I've kept some of these for like probably going on 4 years now and they still look good. So I grabbed this when they were having an additional 40% off of clearance, and I got them for a really good price. I think they are available again this year and on sale, but probably not as good of a sale as I got them for. They are kind of a pricier stem, but it's a big bunch. So I'll be decorating with a lot of this. And the last dried item is from Etsy, and it is so random. I got this bag of dried pumpkin stems. I know this is such a random thing. I say every single year that I'm gonna save my own stems, and I did save one. This one is mine, but I bought a few more, and what I'm gonna do with these is replace some of the stems on some foam pumpkins that I'm gonna share with you next. I feel like this will help the pumpkins look even more realistic. That might be taking things a little bit too extreme, like a little bit too much attention to detail, but I'm that kind of person. I'm excited about these. Let me show you the pumpkins that I want to put these on so you can kind of get the gist. So I also grabbed these pumpkins on clearance sometime in December or January. I don't even remember the name of the boutique that I bought these from, but they were very expensive, full price, and I got them like 60% off. They are so realistic because they have this sort of like chalky finish to them. It really does feel chalky. It kind of comes off on your fingers, but real pumpkins, some of them have this like sort of frost to them. I believe it's called a bloom when pumpkins have this like frosty look to them. So that's what makes these look so real. And the stems, they are pretty good stems, to be honest, but I think we can do better. And one of these actually came with the stem broken off, which is what kind of like inspired me to go ahead and just order these. I would have maybe felt bad pulling the stems off. And here's how it will look when I put the dried stems on. Can you guys see that? I think the camera's having a hard time focusing, but that just looks so real. Like this looks like a real pumpkin. You wouldn't know the difference. I guess it has these little paint splatters that I don't really love, but I might try to match the green paint color and kind of go over that a little bit just to lessen it. But I'm so excited to hot glue these on. If you guys have been on my channel for a long time, you know that I've always been a stickler about decorating with real pumpkins. But now that I decorate in August, there's no way to get like as many real pumpkins as I want. You usually can't get them until September, which is why I started to grow my own pumpkins. But I don't have the space in my backyard to grow like all of the big ones and stuff, but I thought I'd show you some of the little ones that I was able to grow this year. I still have plenty out that are not ready yet, but I did have a couple that I already cut. I grew these little white ones again this year, and if you're growing pumpkins, let me know how you're doing. I know there are several of you who have started to grow pumpkins along with me, so I have this one, and then I have this one, which looks kind of like a patty pan squash, but it's actually not. This is called Ivory Belle, and Ivory Belle starts off white and then it turns a buff kind of tan color, but I could not find out online if it turns that buff color on or off the vine. So I sacrificed one that I thought was ready, and we'll see if it's actually ready and if it'll turn that tan color now that it's been cut, or if I should have left it on the vine. I have so many of these, I didn't mind cutting one, but I did just want to show you guys my pumpkins. A lot of you have been asking about them, and I have a few. Okay, last thing from this haul. I talk about this every year, so I'll just keep this brief, but I did get this a major clearance sometime in January or maybe December, but I did get the big boy version of my favorite candle from Anthropologie. This is pumpkin clove. It comes in this beautiful pumpkin shaped mercury glass jar. This year you can get it in white or orange. It looks the same this year. I don't know if the lid is the same. Sometimes they just like kind of change the lid, but that's what it looks like. This is such a good pumpkin fragrance. I say it every year. This is pumpkin done right. It is a very like sweet pumpkin with vanilla, obviously a touch of clove, but this also has a touch of orange to it, which kind of mellows out the sweetness, so it's not too cloying for me at least. And I am obsessed. I'm so glad I snagged this one. That's how I buy so many of these usually, is I will buy them after the season and save them for the next year. I have one back here that I did the same thing with. So I probably don't need to get another one of these this year because this one is so big and I cannot wait to light this. So that's everything for today's video. We have planned out my fall decor. Of course, it's subject to change, although I can't see much changing over the next week. I am so excited to decorate. I am hoping to film a few decorate with me videos like I usually do on my channel. This year, the main goal for my channel is to film the fall home tour, film the Halloween home tour, and film the Christmas home tour. Last year, I just did a Halloween home tour, not fall, not Christmas, and I really regret that because I love looking back on my old home tour videos. Like, I watch them back. That's probably weird to admit. I love to see that stuff and get ideas and re-inspired for the following year, and I wasn't able to do that this year for my fall decor. So hold me to it, guys. Do not let me skip any of the home tours this year. And anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. I love you, my pumpkin people, and I will catch you in a future video. Bye now.